Trans Nzoia is the place that the best of the best came to build homes at the beginning of the 20th century. These farms are a product of a long legacy of settlement and hard work for over 100 years. This is the original food basket of Kenya. For thousands and thousands of years, the Great Trans Nzoia has been home to unique wildlife species. Trans Nzoia is also home to two of Kenya's 5 water towers, the Cherangani Hills and the most fascinating natural wonder in Kenya, the Mount Elgon. On the foothills of this ancient volcano, this iconic landmark, you will find adventurous hikers, nature enthusiasts, and some of the most beautiful animals in East Africa. And because there's nothing quite like the Great Trans Nzoia, people from diverse races and cultures call this place home. But that's not the full story. Our little heaven has had a long history of events, people, circumstances, and things we like, and things we do not like.
Since independence, we have had so many challenges in Kenya. People living below poverty line. And whereas some people would say Trans Nzoia is the granary of Kenya, but Trans Nzoia has poverty levels that have gone very high. Those of us who had farms, we didn't diversify. We were dwelling on production of maize, and middlemen came and bought everything, so that if we harvested in the month of September, by October, we had nothing. Women were walking long distances to get clean water.
Teremko, panda shuka, panda shuka, panda shuka. Siku nyingine mnakosa maji yenyewe. Kwanza jua ikiwaka hakuna maji.
The climate in Kenya is amazing, yeah, compared to England. England, you get the winter, it's cold, it's miserable, blah, summer's too hot. Kenya is generally, and especially Trans Nzoia, Nanyuki not quite so much, but Nakuru, Trans Nzoia area, is fantastic weather. It's never too cold, never too hot, you know. It was just important for the amount of maize that came out of the area, but because of the type of government at that time, it was centralized. They didn't really care about anywhere else except Nairobi.
When we talk of land ownership, many people did not have even title deeds. And therefore they were not serious, they would not get loans from anywhere to be serious and maybe diversify the farming. And there were no people even to say, no, please stop focusing on maize. you can focus on other things.
Hakuna mifugo sasa. Mifugo ya wanyama hakuna, baba hakuna.
Funding used to be allocated to the MPs, and they completely abused that funding.
There were so many young girls who are getting pregnant just in these slums of Trans Nzoia, and nobody was caring.
Madawa ilikuwa inaletwa na haionekani. Mgonjwa anaenda kutibiwa kwenda nunua dawa, na dawa inakuja kwenda nunua dawa. Hiyo dawa inaenda wapi? Ukienda kwa hospitali si za private, wanakutuma huko hadi kwenda nunua dawa. Na watu wanapata dawa wapi? Na nyinyi mnapata wapi? Kwa nini hospitali ya serikali inakosa dawa, na raia ipate dawa? Au walipata wapi?
If your people can't access health, can they really be productive? They can't.
Nilikuwa mgonjwa kabisa. Kwanza mtoto wangu alikuwa mgonjwa kabisa kabisa. Na niko ni kati ya HIV. Nikaenda kupeleka, nikalipa pesa. Na nikatwa pesa. Na mimi nalipa pesa cash. Ndio. Mpaka mtoto alikufa. Alikufa. 2005. Alikufa.
Okay, so
So what? Have you decided?
this is Shepherd Trans Nzoia. This place has nothing. No universities, no industries, no malls, no nightlife. I can't make up hapo hii maisha huku Kitale.
So mama kwenda?
Itanibidi. So unataka kubaki hapo kufanya nini?
Si kuna vitu mabtu za kufanya. Tunaweza develop kaunti yetu tu sisi wenyewe. Sasa nyinyi wote mkienda Trans Nzoia mnaachana.
Like umezaliwa huku, usomee huku, uishi huku, ukufie huku.
Kuna vitu mingi tu za kufanya. Tunaweza fanya hata agriculture. Okay, for me kama mimi na mwana venture kwa agriculture, at least niinue kaunti yangu.
Hapana, mimi sioni hapa kitu muhimu. Utabaki kwa kienyeji mwingine mbaya. Hapa una life nyingine poa.
Sasa unaona tu life. Huoni kama kaunti yako kuna venye unaweza develop. Lazima tu unataka kwenda kupati. But anyway, since umeamua, siwezi kuforce, mimi nitabaki tu huku. But time will tell. Ipate tu some few years. Mkirudi huku, itakuwa change.
Quite a few people have taken their coffee out because at one time it wasn't making any money, because Brazil is very strong. It's our main competitor in the world, although it's a different coffee. But we need them, like they need us, to blend the coffee.
God changed the constitution of Kenya and the devolution was introduced.
In our teaching career, we have seen a lot of changes. Before, we didn't have government provisions in our schools. Infrastructure was poor, very poor. We didn't have good classrooms. We didn't have even feeding programs were not there. But with the coming of devolution, we got this free education. It took root. And right now, we have seen at least the fruits of devolution. If you look at most of the schools, we have new classrooms coming up. And I think the people who have benefited a lot are the ECDA, because they now have a county-sponsored feeding program. They have school instructional materials being provided by the county government. We also have our teachers being employed and paid for by the county governments.
In my other life, of course, I was in the private administration. And it gave me the opportunity to walk around, especially when I was the regional commissioner for the Rift Valley. And I would see where devolution was working and where it was not working. And one of the places where it was not working was here in Trans Nzoia. The people of Trans Nzoia had not felt the real benefit of devolution.
Trans Nzoia ilikuwa msituni. Choo iko hapo kwa barabara. Watu wanakanyaga wanaenda kula hoteli. Hoteli ndio hiyo na choo watu wanakanyaga. Matope, maji yanatokea pande yuu. Na vile ndani ya duka mpaka huko nje. Na teremka mpaka kwa siwe. Mamonyoko. Hakuna siku hizi mamonyoko vita kwa maduka katikati. Hakuna matope kuingia kwa supermarket.
Kuanzia mwaka wakati wa Moi, hii daraja imekuwa ikitusumbua sana. Lakini imekuja kuundwa na akaunti, baada ya kuundwa imekuwa ikitusaidia sana. Tumekuwa tunapita na wateja wetu vizuri, haijakuwa na shida tena.
You have markets on each corner of the town.
We also have some infrastructure improvement like the roads. For example, the road between Maili Saba and Maili Nane was very bad. But after devolution, it is now tarmacked. And we are now experiencing the fruits of devolution.
Hey, hello.
Hey you, what's up?
It's been 10 years now. How is Trans Nzoia?
Well, the same old Trans Nzoia. It's not that bad, but at least they're improving. We had a rough time at first, but looks like this devolution thing.
Well, I hear people talking about the new governor. What's up with him?
Oh, Governor Natipea. Early signs are good. He's so good at his job. Are you coming home for Christmas?
Christmas. Wait, will you be there?
Of course. You know Trans Nzoia is my home. It's my heritage and everything. So, tanipata tu huku kwa shamba. But the way my organization right now, we're exporting avocados to traders outside the country. I told you things will work out.
It will not work for me. You know, I actually left Trans Nzoia to come and maneuver my ways here, and it's still not working for me.
I have there's some opportunities at the county government for the medical jobs. Why don't you come over and try them? Maybe you might get a chance. You never know.
Trans Nzoia is a county of many ethnic communities. It's actually a very, very cosmopolitan county, but we have had challenges of ethnicity, discrimination, of ethnic violence and skirmishes, displacement of people. We've not been able to capitalize on this diversity to grow our county.
Devolution is the best thing that happened in Kenya if it can be well used.
The ethnic diversity we have is seen as a strength, not as a weakness. And we've done that even by forming an all-inclusive government and also by ensuring that whatever developments we are doing are evenly distributed.
Nimerudi nyumbani.
Karibu sana nyumbani. Aha.
Welcome, let me serve you some tea.
Thank you. It's been a while. But finally I'm home.
Chai ya nyumbani.
Sasa mlale. Mpaka maji iko kwa nyumba. Yaani unajua nilikuwa nimekaa nikijipanga kwenda kwa mto venye tulikuwa tunaendaga. I can see. Your governor is really working, eh?
Since the county government started paying, we have seen many parents bringing in their children. The enrollment has gone up, and generally the standards of education have improved.
Education for me is grown tremendously. I really look at some of these schools now and some of the kids coming from the schools and the, you know, and the level of education. For me, I wouldn't say it's too bad.
So we are saying that all our children who do well, they pass well at class 8, they get more than 250 marks. We're going to take them on board into our bursary program that's going to take them all the way to Form 4.
Mimi ningependa kumshukuru gavana wetu kwa kunipa basari ya kunisomesha mpaka Form 4. Kila tamu ananilipia 5,000. Hiyo basari imenisaidia sana wakati babangu alikufa sikupata school fees ya kwenda shule.
Hatembea na amefanya namna hii. Ameona macho. Akanyaka. Tawa itaingia.
We want to create an environment where young people, when they leave school, they can be able to cater for themselves. And that's why we're coming up with programs such as the Nawiri program that's meant to give not very costly loans to our people, because the biggest challenge is lack of capital for them to start engaging in income generating activities.
We have seen it that even he had to go a step or a notch higher in giving the people seed. I think that is where now, at the end of this season, we are going to see something different that we have never seen.
We want also to invest in talent development, because Trans Nzoia is endowed again with a lot of talent, a lot of sports people, but there have not been any deliberate efforts to nurture this talent. That's what we want to do.
Now leadership is being felt on the ground.
As county government, we've always insisted that the national government should let go all the devolved functions. The future of devolution largely depends on the goodwill from the national government, because even the law talks about sharing of resources between the national government and the county government.
I knew one day salvation would come upon the people of Trans Nzoia.
The first and second, terms of devolution actually had issues because there were no serious institutions of accountability. So there was a bit of misuse of resources. That one has largely reduced because now we've got serious government institutions that checks even on county government expenditures. I want to be remembered as that governor who ensured that every single citizen of Trans Nzoia feels the objects of devolution. Every single citizen. That resources were not moved from Nairobi to come to the counties to benefit just a few well-heeled and connected individuals. Yeah, that every taxpayer, literate, illiterate, or whatever ilk, has the opportunity to feel devolution. And that one day they'll say, yes, indeed, my life changed because Natembeya was at one time governor of Trans Nzoia.
Magavana wako tofauti. Wengine wanatembea kwa giza, wengine wanatembea kwa mwanga, lakini Trans Nzoia itakuwa juu. Trans Nzoia itafunga wote. Trans Nzoia itakuwa namba 1.